Where are my slides? Well, hello everyone. It's nice to see you all again. And thank you for joining us. Let's see. Today we had some slides prepared for you because I figured there's some things that might be of interest to our kids, but the kids ran off already, playing among themselves. So maybe we shouldn't do the slides at all. No, it's okay. This is an adult thing, but if the kids are here, that's fine too. Okay, at least there's some kids online. No slides? You can skip the slides too, if you wish. There you go. Okay. I'm very pleased to tell you, to report to you that in down south, we started a program by Guru. You all know Guru, right? I call it Guru because to call it the Guru sounds too much like a movie, Hollywood. You want to make it more informal, more relaxing. Because I noticed, by the way, just a passing comment, the 4-stage arhat that I see in our temple, they seem to be so uptight, a little bit too wound up. So you see, it's interesting. It's typical of these people. They a little bit uptight. They need to learn to relax. Right, Chung Yin? Anyway, the kids are back. Now we can, hey, kids, look at this. This is our hiking program down south, okay, with our Guru. She is a yoga disciple. She can teach you how to stand on your head very, very easily. It's a cool thing. You can learn to try to impress your friends. Okay, so this is Guru, right? Am I right? Or does she look like Genie too? Yeah, Asian women. What is it? Okay, so this is, so she is on the hike program. Hey, do we know this person here? Yeah. Looks like Chinese. Anyway, so there are a lot of comments I heard, but they're not here. Where are the comments? No comments? Okay. So here we have a Guru, our yoga expert. Here we have our TikTok star. She's has a lot more followers on her TikTok than I have, and I have on my Chan classes. And this is, of course, our fearless Xianren's son. And of course, this is Joseph, our future basketball star for China or Taiwan. And this is, of course, our eunuch. Okay. He was a eunuch, we understand, from a Qing dynasty. So that's why that's his nickname. Okay. And our Guru was interested in, got all these people involved in the hiking program. I think it's such a cool thing. We've always wanted to do something for our kids. This is a very, very healthy thing. instead of just having them just play with video games and stuff like that, they have a chance to go out, in the open and hike and not catch the COVID-19 thing, and have fun together. So this is a group that's being formed. Yeah, okay. And in down south, there are lots of places. I think up here, there are lots of things like this too, right? There are lots of hiking trails as well. Okay, I think we should look. Okay, and she calls her the Chan kids. No, it's more like yoga kids. So they don't complain of being bored. They were in the best behavior. Didn't ask to play games. Didn't complain about being hungry. Who is this Nautica girl? I don't recognize her. They're very brave, help each other climb when some of them have difficulties, teach each other how to swim and jump into the lake. So apparently they're having a good time. That's what we want for our kids, okay? Hang around. It's to us, what's important about education is to hang out with the right kind of people. That's how I look at how we educate the kids, okay? You teach by association. You associate them. Thank you so much. Get them, rub elbows with the nice people, the good people, the kind. I really like to stress kindness for our kids, okay? So I love to see, and it should be taught. Everything we teach our kids should be taught in the context of fun, to me, okay? We adults should do it seriously, like a 4-stage hearts, we're all serious, matter of life and death. For our kids, it's different. We should let them have fun, be themselves, and socialize. This is what the Asian kids in Asia lack in my generation. We never stress socializing and having fun. Okay, what's the next? They help each other's hands. They help each other's hands to pull themselves together, especially when they're tired. Sometimes they hike 6 miles. Sometimes they climb 2 mountain peaks. Wow, that's impressive for these kids. It's the same one. What's this one here? I don't recognize this one. Okay, so she's recruiting a lot of kids, and I think, who is he? This is Guru? Okay, Guru. Actually, yesterday day before yesterday, we recruited another kid for the program as well. So it's I think I highly encourage our way places to have programs like this for our kids, where maybe even like on a Saturday morning like this, where they can come and go hiking, even with the parents, because they can bond with the parents as well, and build a spirit of camaraderie, and get some exercise. Okay, wow, that's challenging. Look at all these peaks. That's a lot of. There's quite a slope there, okay? And they made it to the top, whatever, okay? TikTok girl is so happy when she saw the waterfall. Very expressive, like most movie stars are. And this is a waterfall. Remember, this is it was 90 degrees outside. So they're so, after the climb, they're so happy to find some water. And this is Darren and his dad as well. Okay. And yeah, we do Chan meditation under the waterfall as well. And what's this? Who's this? Okay, and this is how the program got its start. It's Guru with her protege, or the other way around, the kid with his protege. It's funny because she really doesn't like kids, but I say, how come you hang out with this kid? This one here. And she said, he's not a kid, he's a special person. All right, so see how he's becoming a real gentleman, helping her climb, climb up. Oh, look at that. Hey guys, you see this, huh? Chan meditation, full lotus. You think you can do this? Huh? Under the water? Huh? This is full lotus. Authentic full lotus. Okay? That's Darren right here with Joseph. Okay. Big brother. Oh, it's pretty, huh? It's nice. Demonstrate strength, compassion, patience, overcoming pain. Is it painful? So this is more demanding than Chan meditation. Huh? Wow, impressive. That's it? All right, so good job, huh? Guru. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, keep it up. And it would also help as well, be a good opportunity to talk to the kids and share them the proper values, and the stories, and history lessons, geography lessons, photography lessons, whatever. When they're having fun, the mind are more open to different things. Yes, Jane.
Thank you, Master. Gold Forest people are doing the outdoor sports too. And here,
You are?
Apple took the Chan kids climbing.
She did? All right. Okay, when was that?
Last weekend? Well,
Last weekend. When I'm not here, that's when you guys have a good time.
No, I took Xiaodai to climbing gym, and he did very well. And I think he climbed 7 rows, and he can climb
100 feet high.
three in a row, and a lot of energy. I think.
Wow.
Did very, very good.
Yeah.
I'd like to climb with him again. Maybe.
Yeah, let's keep it up.
Thank you,
since,
Master.
I think we should do it regularly, so that and have fun with them. And when you talk to kids, don't give them long speeches. Give them few minutes. That's it. Okay, 1-2 minutes of what you want them to know about kindness, about sharing, about tolerance, about kindness, respectful, patience, and so forth. Okay, since apparently I noticed the word hunger and tiredness, whatever, and to me it's like this. I look at this, it reminds me of the way of the samurai. Back then in Japan, you can tell them about history lessons about Japan, how the samurais of old got training. They go up to the mountain peaks and travel around in wilderness for 3 years, okay? And when they're lucky, get them a bowl of rice, to make rice bowls. You know how to make rice bowls? Tuan knows how to make rice balls. Okay, and you know, and that's what they eat. You know, and if not, they dig up some daikon, the white daikon. You know, you see in the marketplace. Okay, bring some along, bare in the ground, make them dig it out, and then and eat. You know, like real samurais. It's so cool. You know, so you share them with lessons like this to broaden their horizons. Okay, stop being so Chinese or so, you know, and so forth. Huh? Yeah. All right. So there's lots of things you can do with the kids with these programs, and we can get the parents involved. And of course, we can have them sit for 10, 15 minutes. Okay, this is part of this is also the underlying thing is that we help train the mind, become tougher, become more patient, become more tolerant. Okay, so don't miss out on this opportunity to be a good influence on our future generations. Okay, and you should all get involved if you can. That's part of your Chan training as well, okay? It's a practice of giving, okay? Chan is not just sitting, by the way. The Hinayana people, they think meditation to them as you go and you cross your legs and sit down, you meditate, or you do walking with mindfulness and so forth. That's Hinayana stuff. We don't do that, okay? Because that's too slow, okay? That's too limited. The real, when you learn Chan meditation, unlike the Hinayana, where they stress you're coming to a place, you sit down and you meditate and so forth, okay? We've been doing that, by the way. We've been doing that for all these years. But what people fail to realize is that the common denominator for people who make progress are the ones who are actually have been able to generate more blessings. You can meditate all you want for years after year after year, and you still make very little progress because you don't accrue enough blessings yet. Okay, meditation itself generates a lot of blessings. Okay, that's why people make progress during meditation, especially the Hinayana people. But for you, in order for you to make progress like the Hinayana meditation practitioners, okay, it's rather grueling. Yeah, the Hinayana style is that for them to make progress, for them to increase their samadhi power, they have to go at it in a very gruel fashion. It's very, very tough for them, okay? And it's a total dedication. And that's why the Hinayana style of meditation is pleasant, okay, for the low-level people. But for you to get the higher levels Hinayana meditation style, you have to practice very, very hard, very, very tough, okay? No different than Mahayana, okay? But that's how it works in Hinayana style meditation. In Mahayana, we have more in our repertoire to help you improve than through sheer grinding. Okay, in Mahayana, you can we understand meditation a lot more than Hinayana because the Buddha really didn't reveal secrets of meditation in a Hinayana teaching. You notice. I challenge you to read up on all Hinayana teachings about meditation. Okay, it's fairly incomplete, if you will. It's not detailed enough for me personally. It's not until after I went into Mahayana teachings and I began to notice a difference in the level of depth as well. So in Mahayana, and the results speak for themselves. In our Mahayana style of meditation, our people improve, our students improve a lot faster. It's because we know more on how to do it. And I will share with you the one common denominator, okay, a shortcut, if you will, is to increase blessings. Okay, Hinayana, in order for you to generate a lot of blessings, you need to grind it out. That's their primary means of training. Grind it out. You really have to work hard and meditate long, long hours, okay? Endure a lot of challenges. So that's how they generate blessings. But in Mahayana, that's one way to generate blessings, to grind it out like that, like most people, whether it's Buddhist or non-Buddhist, you need to grind it out. But in Mahayana, we also can generate blessings by helping others. That's a Mahayana secret. Sometimes grinding it out is too slow. For us, we prefer to use all the means to generate blessings, and one of which is to help others. Okay, help others meditate, help others cultivate, help others. Okay, because when you help others, and so if you help someone do some good, that person, the person being helped, is generating a lot of blessings, himself or herself, because he's doing good. Okay, the blessings are generated because you do good. You do bad, you are not generating blessings for yourself. When you do good, you generate a lot of blessings. Okay, when you meditate, you're doing good because you are cleansing your mind of these negative thoughts, of your ickiness. Okay, so that's why you're generating blessings. Yeah, that's what the Hinayana people didn't tell you. They don't tell you by grinding it out, by sitting there and letting go of your anger, getting go of your greed, okay, and your stupidity. And that's doing good. You're not poisoning the air around you. You're not poisoning the atmosphere. You're not poisoning the environment. You're not polluting the environment with your negative thoughts. In contrast, when you free, your mind is free of negative thoughts, but more filled with thoughts of positive energy, positive thoughts such as kindness, such as tolerance, such as compassion, okay? And then you actually are generating goodness for your environment, for our environment. Okay, so that's why in meditation, when you meditate, you're generating a lot of blessings because you're purifying your mind from these negative thoughts. Is it clear? So that's why when you work harder and you grind it out, okay, your mind is purer and you generate more positive mental energies, and therefore you are cleansing your own environment as well. That's why you're doing good. That's how you're generating blessings. Oh, by the way, that means that don't hang out with people who have who are tentatively negative, because they're poisoning you. The reverse, the converse is true, because if you are meditating, you're generating these positive thoughts, positive energies, okay? In contrast, the people who are very negative, they're actually poisoning your environment. Be careful of that, okay, as well. So when you're doing good with your with your positive, energy, then that's how blessings are generated. You're helping. Does it make sense? Goodness, by definition, is to help others. It's not about helping yourself. Helping yourself is very small goodness. Helping others is bigger goodness. And that's why I encourage you, not to be so obsessed about helping yourself. That's so American and that is so inferior. And in particular, the Chan, our Chan came from a Chinese. The Chinese used to understand that until they abandoned that and they went the American way where they only help themselves. Okay, it's so sad to see that. But in our eras and our times, we need to be careful. And yes, the Western values, Western civilization, education has its pluses, its advantages, but its glaring weakness is only so self-centric, so egocentric. Okay, that's very limited. And so you learn, you generate blessings again by helping others. That's how you generate more blessings. You see, Hinayana meditation is about helping themselves. Mahayana meditation is about helping others. All right? So we said a few minutes ago about the kids program and hiking and so forth, and you should feel free to help in, to pitch in and help out with these things. So as not only a social thing, as a fun thing, exercise thing, but also in terms of helping and generating blessings. Okay, that's why that is too Chan meditation. Chan meditation is simply not just sitting there and grind it out. There's a time for that. Okay, but most of the time it's about finding a way to generate blessings quicker by helping others. That's our secret. Make sense or not? Just try it out and you see. Those programs, those approaches where they stress grinding it out and meditating and so forth, they tend to be slower. Okay. And that's my personal experience. Because when I first started, my master stopped teaching already. Okay, he was dying. So I learned his teachings through books, through translations into English. Okay, back then there's very, very little Vietnamese translation as well of his teachings, especially Chan teachings, virtually zero translation. They translated these Kai Shi, Kai Ti, and so forth. There's not much about meditation. So I learned most of the meditation teachings, his teachings, via English translations, and which I'm very grateful for that, for those. Those are my foundation. Okay. And later, I had to learn Chinese to solidify the foundation, because English translation is still quite lacking in depth. Yeah. Anyway, so that's how I started. I only got I read through the teachings, and again, I apologize. You think that I'm so reminiscing? No, I'm not. Because I don't have a whole lot to reminisce. He never really taught me much. I just learned everything secondhand. I tried to figure out what works and what doesn't work. There you are. So I was in that environment where I read a lot. I'm a voracious reader by nature anyway, being educated in a Western system where we read and we accrue our knowledge and do our research. And so after all that reading, since I couldn't really ask anyone to what's right and wrong and how to interpret the readings, or find anyone who could give me straight answers, so I was in the system for 4.5 years and made very little progress. I'm still very disappointed with that. When my master is around, people were making progress quickly. After he died, that's when, by the time, that's the time I got into the system, we stopped making progress. I personally didn't make much progress at all in 4.5 years, which is very pitiful. Okay, and it's because of that, because the great master trained his students himself, but never taught them how to train. So that's why my generation, towards the end, meaning the third generation, I'm more like a bridge, a half between a Go and a Qin generation, because I'm at the tail end of it. So the Master Hsuan Hua didn't really teach me personally anymore, and that's why I stopped. It didn't make much progress. I wasn't given much opportunities, and actually we worked for 4.5 years. I primarily worked, okay, and that didn't generate a lot of blessings either. Meaning what? Why not? There must be a reason. They themselves, under Master Hsuan Hua, worked. I myself followed the same system. I worked as well. They made progress. I didn't make progress. How come? Hello? Anyone out there? How come? Why not? Weimang Temple. How come I don't see anything? What happened to the question or whatever? Okay. Okay, go ahead, Weimang. Thank you for waving your arm like that. And then you can...
Master, is it because they received the blessings directly from Master Hsuan Hua?
Very good.
Very good.
Can you cut me off so that I don't repeat myself? It's kind of scary. Sounds like me coming from the netherworld. The bottom line is that I worked as well, but I didn't make progress because not enough blessings were generated, right? They made progress because they generated a lot of blessings. I didn't make progress because I didn't generate enough blessings. Okay? So that's the difference. The difference is that we didn't make much good. I didn't make much good working, helping them. But when they helped Master Hsuan Hua, they did a lot of work, did far greater good. That's a difference. Am I making sense? So I'm saying that not only as a tip to you lay people, you new students, but also for you monks and nuns as well. Okay, it's your job to create an environment. If you open a temple, This is my standard, okay? We open a temple, then you make sure that the temple does a lot of good. So that when people come to the temple and pitch in, they're generating even more blessings for themselves. That's the secret. If you're not doing good, you only open a temple to serve yourself. Open a temple so that you're comfortable and you have a place where you can meditate, and you can become pure. See the key word? You. It's always about you, okay? It's about me. And then when people come to the temple to help you out, they're only helping you. They're not helping anyone else. And that's why they're not generating a lot of blessings. Forget that. Okay? YouTube, go ahead. We are working on breaking in new personnel, so that please bear with it. In the future, we are working on a system where I have a thing here on my where I'm sit, and I can administer electrical shocks if someone screws up, and so. If someone screws up like right now, I should press a button, and someone's that's part of the training. You see, he's still, this is some sort of echo in the background as you. Okay. Where are we?
The Way Mountain, the unmute is the.
I think on Way Mountain they need to unmute or mute something. It's echo. We have the feedback from.
It's a Way Mountain echo.
Yeah. See. When we mute,
What about YouTube? There was a question on YouTube. It disappeared. Yeah, it disappeared. There's no more. No more?
No more.
Okay, fine. Does anyone have any questions, any suggestions, any complaint? Yes, blue, azure.
Thank you, Master. So I wanted to add something to Guru's hiking trip.
You were there, yes?
Yes. Yeah. I saw her doing a very good job teaching the kids to be courageous, to overcome their fears.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
was it dangerous, really? Was it really that
No,
dangerous?
no, it's not dangerous. But when kids express like their thoughts of fear, she would encourage them to.
Why would they
overcome
be afraid?
I guess
Purely from administrative background, liability insurance and stuff like that. Why were they afraid, really?
I think they're just probably sometimes they are not in a familiar environment, so it's
with
a
their
natural
rattlesnakes or
reaction.
black bears or
No,
crocodiles.
no, nothing like that. Yeah, there's no
Okay.
real danger.
Okay. Thank you, Lord. So yes, so she encouraged them.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job, encouraged them, teaching them to look at their fear straight on and overcome them.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think that's a piece of education that's missing from
Yes,
piece of
very important.
yeah, that's missing from my own education. So I think
Correct.
that's a really good thing
Yeah.
that she's doing.
Yeah,
for
it's
the
excellent.
kids.
Not only that, like it reminds me of like our troops in Afghanistan when they're under attack and they forget about themselves, about their own safety, and they would take enormous risks to save their comrades' lives and stuff like that. So we build camaraderie and the spirit of giving, So it's kind of cool that we're able to have this kind of environment for them to be exposed to that. Okay, so that's great. Okay, and that's what you're supposed to do. What we are supposed to do, giving from a spirit of goodness. Okay, we don't have real ambitions to be the greatest or the greatest heroes or the greatest the most successful people on earth, the most famous people on earth, and so forth. We do our small contribution by adding to the goodness, by being good ourselves. That's our spirit. Okay, to me, that is success. Okay, it's not measured in terms of how much money you have in the bank account, how famous you are, but it's about how good your heart really is, and how readily that you would give to the people, to others, when given a chance. Okay, that's, to me, that's the opposite of what this the American culture is about. American culture is too egocentric. It's sad. Okay, that's wrong. It works up to a certain point, then it becomes enormously destructive. Okay, it's out of balance. Okay? And that's how you see these political leaders, where when they are too preoccupied with themselves, that's when they're destructive. They become destructive. That's a big lesson for us right now. Look at the politicians of the world right now, whether it's in Brazil, whether it's in the West and so forth. Those egotistical leaders actually are very destructive to the countries. Okay, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, you name it. Okay, it's sad to see that. Okay, and to them, to the countries, to the culture, they consider to be successful. Oh, now our nations come to the fore and are mentioned in the same sentence as United States, as Western Europe, and so forth. But they're so destructive. They're really not contributing to the goodness at all. So that means that they're harming the countries. The culture is regressing. Okay, and so that's why it's up to us to contribute ourselves and counteract the negative effects, on the damaging effects on the wrong leaders of our countries. Okay, for ourselves as well as for our children. Okay, it's our responsibilities. If we don't do it, who will? Don't expect others to do it for ourselves. Yes, go ahead, Way Mountain Temple. Yes? Hello? Okay, go ahead, Orange.
YouTube question. So ML asked, is it possible for a non-Buddhist to be enlightened?
Is it possible for non-Buddhists to be enlightened? That's a good question. Personally, I hope not. But it's only because I'm selfish. What did they do for us to become enlightened? Come on, it's our domain, enlightenment. But in fact, a lot of people who are non-Buddhists are enlightened. So that's what I observed. So that means that yes, the facts are that a lot of non-Buddhists are enlightened. Okay, a lot of Hinayana monks and nuns are enlightened. Okay, I mean, I'm talking about big enlightenment, not small enlightenment of the Hinayana people. Big enlightenment, they are enlightened. So we don't have exclusive rights to enlightenment ourselves, as Buddhists, by the way. Okay, enlightenment. How is that? Why is that? Enlightenment is a state of mind. Okay, it's a state of mind where once you purify yourself, when you purify yourself like that, okay, in the process, you also are purifying your body of sicknesses as well, by the way. When your mind is purified, it gets less greedy, less angry, more kind, more compassionate, less stupid. Then, because of that state of mind, you are cleansing your body as well. You are making your body healthier as well, and live longer as well. Okay, actually become younger yourself physically as well. And so if you do that, then eventually you reach a state of purity, but not only purity, but also of wisdom. Okay? And that's how you reach enlightenment. So there's many ways to do that. Clearly, many non-Buddhists are enlightened. I observed them, quite a few, a lot of them actually are enlightened. A lot of them are higher level than the monks and nuns as well. However, they may be enlightened. These non-Buddhists are enlightened. But their children, their followers are not enlightened. That's the difference. Yes, 5 fingers. Orange.
Master, you mentioned before that the non-Buddhist spiritual training methodologies like a Taoist and then the Hinduism, they are limited to a certain level of samadhi. Right. For example, the Taoists are limited to 8 samadhi. Right. So does that mean the non-Buddhists who got enlightened, they're following some Buddhism training method, or what's their method to arrive enlightenment?
Yeah, one day someone will ask me that question, so I've been preparing for the answer for so many years already. Finally, it's being asked. Thank you for asking the question. It's sometimes I prepare answers already because I expect some to be ambushed. So I've been holding on my breath for so many years until now. The fact of the matter is they're enlightened. They're non-Buddhists. So therefore, there must be a pathway for non-Buddhists to be enlightened. That's a fact, right? So what is the way? These people are enlightened through the Hinayana followers. Some of them are Taoist followers. Some of them are totally non-Buddhist people. some of them don't even believe any real religions their entire lives, and they're still enlightened. So how come? Certainly, and then as I said, their followers, their students, their disciples, their children, however, are not enlightened at all. Actually, their success levels are actually very, very low. It means that they cannot replicate themselves, and that's the clue. Meaning, it didn't come from any methodology. They come from their blessings. If you have, so meaning that the enlightened people, the blessings level is so high. Okay? It's just like, I give you an analogy. Who among you is very, very rich? Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand. I'm talking a billionaire. Don't be shy now. Raise your hands, please. See, everyone's got heavy. You see? Tuan, did you raise your hand? You wish, right? Me too. It's just like if you're so rich, okay, that you have so much money that you can buy the best of anything that you need. How's that? Similarly, these enlightened people have so many blessings, okay, that they naturally become enlightened by themselves. They don't need any help. Does it make sense? It's just like rich people have so much money, they naturally can afford to buy anything they need or they want, follow their whims and so forth. No one can stop them. Does it make sense? Except themselves. Okay. So the point here is that these enlightened beings, the people who are not Buddhists, because they're enlightened because they're so blessed. So naturally, the circumstances will push them into the state of enlightenment again. Okay? So in other words, they become enlightened by circumstances. Each one of them have become enlightened differently, but however, circumstances propel them to become enlightened again. And that's a nice thing about enlightenment, by the way. Once you become enlightened, in the next lifetimes, it's fairly easy for you to become enlightened again. Because your level of blessings, you carry from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. Whereas rich people, they're rich this lifetime, next lifetime, they're not necessarily rich again. Successful people, famous people, they're now famous and successful, but next lifetime, they won't necessarily be successful or rich or famous again. But enlightened people, they will become enlightened again fairly easily. It's like the birthright, in other words. Okay? So that's why you see the principle behind it. That's why they have the blessings, but their children, their disciples don't have the blessing. That's why they can't become enlightened. Does it make sense? Yeah. So that's the rationale behind it. Is that so the difference between them and us Buddhists is that in Buddhism, in Mahayana, we have the methodology, okay, that Master Hsuan brought to this country, that to help our disciples become enlightened systematically. It's not haphazard at all. Okay? That's why That's the difference. And the Buddhists have the methodology, have the proven track record of doing that. The non-Buddhists, they may become enlightened, but they don't have the technology at all. Yes, there's one more question here before we
just
quit
a quick
for the day.
YouTube question. Jason K asks, is Saguru enlightened? A lot of people claim he's enlightened.
Saguru?
Yeah, I think it's an Indian. He's pretty popular on YouTube.
Okay, well, very good. Maybe he's enlightened. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I try to avoid commenting on the other esteemed teachers because I'm too small in stature, not stature. I'm taller than my Chinese teacher. I'm very low in status, small in status. Therefore, I avoid commenting on the big shots, okay? No one's going to believe me anyway. So answer is, I don't know. Sorry. What else? Other questions? That's it? Okay.
Tianguo has a question.
Of course.
Master, since enlightened people are out of reincarnation will, then why would they be here again and be enlightened again as non-Buddhist?
It's classified as, can be categorized, this question can be categorized as gossiping. But I play along. Maybe they are on a mission to help the non-Buddhists. How's that? Because if the Buddhists only help themselves, their own kinds, then it's not Mahayana. Mahayana is open. We help everyone when we have a chance. Okay, we don't discriminate Buddhists or non-Buddhists. Okay, so for example, yesterday at lunch I told my students, I said, Mahayana is all-embracing. Okay, we embrace everyone. Whether you're Buddhist or non-Buddhist, we accept you. Okay, we help you when given a chance. So, for example, the past year and a half during the pandemic, when all the temples are closed, all the temples close their doors because they're worried about getting infected. Okay, we don't. Whoever comes to the temple because they needed a place to vent. And hello. Why do people keep on pushing buttons when I'm talking? And I'm trying to finish so that we can all go to lunch. Too much talk. It's not good for the stomach. So instead of closing our doors and worry about getting infected, okay, whoever needed to come to the temple to meditate or whatever, okay, or take a break, we welcome them, okay, quietly, and so that's a spirit that we're talking about. That is when we're given. That's what I told them yesterday. When when we have the chance to help others, when we're presented with that opportunity, we just help. We don't worry about ourselves. Okay? No calculation, no discrimination. Okay? So I remember the past year and a half or so, there is a certain Catholic that most of you know by his name already. He came and he wore a mask. I think He first came wearing a mask because he didn't want people to recognize he's a Catholic. And he wore a mask every single time. And the rest of us, we didn't wear any mask. And you look around and say, these people are weird. They're crazy. So after a while, and we never said anything. We didn't say, if you come here, you have to take off your mask. Because if we get infected, so will you. No, you don't get infected. There's no problem with this. Wear a mask. Okay? Wear gloves. Wear whatever. But so that's the spirit, all embracing. We embrace everyone, okay? And that's how. So when we're given a chance to help, we help. That's all. We don't think about it, okay? And that's all embracing. That's the Mahayana spirit that one Bodhisattva taught me 25 years ago, which I'm very grateful for. Back then, I was reciting mantras, reciting Buddha's name. One day I said, wow, this is it. Now I think I have my chance of getting rebirth at the Pure Land is pretty good. I was so proud of it. So I told the Bodhisattva. He looked at me and said, I feel like slapping you in the face. I said, why? Why? He says, you're so selfish. What kind of Mahayana are you practicing? Huh? You think I've been teaching, I've been helping you in order for you to go to the Pure Land by yourself? That's it? Give it back to me. And so he basically slapped me in the face. I was very grateful for that lesson. He says, this is not Mahayana. It's about all being, all embracing. Okay? We embrace everyone. We help everyone when we can. Okay? All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's go to lunch.